Pranam. The objective of this video is to understand the mechanics or the steps that we are going to do in accounting. As we had discussed in the class, we should understand that accounting is basically the classification and tabulation of financial data. Now, anybody who feels that accounting is an end itself is basically doing injustice to the subject known as accounting. As cooking food is not an end, it's a means to an end, that is to satisfy your hunger. Same way, accounting is not an end. Accounting is basically the means so as to get the data in a specific way so as to make or so as to help the management to take decisions. If the accounting is not able to give the data required in a way that is helpful in presentation, then accounting doesn't serve the purpose for which it was made. However, I say that we can have three types of accounting. Right now we are doing financial accounting. So that means different type of accounting might be able to take care of what I'm saying over here. Let us understand right now the steps that go in the mechanics of accounting. So as we had discussed in the class, accounting records only monetary things, nothing which is having no exchange of money is recorded. The first step is to identify whether what has happened is an event or a transaction. In case it's an event where there is no exchange of money, there is no exchange of claim, then we have to forget it. Even though it might have a bigger impact on the value of the company, still accounting, because of its very nature of putting more emphasis on reliability than relevance, will record only monetary transaction. So step one is to identify whether the thing is an event or a transaction. Once you have identified that it's a transaction, we have to understand or find out what all accounts are getting impacted. So take for example, when I say that salary paid, now it's a transaction because the exchange of money has happened. Now we have to find out what are the accounts that are impacted. In this case, salary account is one that is impacted, and bank account or cash account is the other account which is impacted. So we have identified the two accounts. Now we have to classify them into personal, real, or nominal. So we all know that personal account relates to a person. It can be an individual, it can be a representative person, it can also be a a legal entity. Real accounts relate to property, whether tangible or intangible, and nominal accounts are basically related to income or expenses. So when I said that salary paid and we identified two accounts, the two accounts were salary. So we say that salary is first account. Okay, we'll say that salary account is basically a salary is what, it's an expense, and since it is an expense, I will classify it as what, as a nominal account. Similarly, I might have paid it via bank, mostly paid bank, so we'll not take cash right now. So we'll take bank, or even if I take cash for that sake, bank or cash. Now bank and cash both are bank balance, I'm saying over here, both are assets. They are both a property. So we classify them as real accounts. And we say that over here, the accounts that are impacted are salary and the bank. Now the next step is to journalize the transaction. Okay, so we are going to do this. We are going to solve a full sum over here. But let's understand what is journalizing a transaction. Journalizing a transaction is simply like this. Once you have classified the accounts, then you have to just try to put the rules of accounting. Now salary is an expense, and what is the rule of nominal accounting? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So when I say journalize, I'll say salary account would be debited. DR is a short form that we use for debits. And when I say bank and cash, when I have paid salary, bank has gone out. And what is the real rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So I'll say that the the bank or cash account over here will be credited. So we'll say debit the salary account and credit the bank or cash account. So when we do this, when we apply the rules in a specific way, we call it journalizing. Now, before we go into journalizing, let us understand that journal is known as the book of prime entry. Okay, the of prime entry. Now, what's a book of prime entry? See, basically the whole of the thing or the accounting data is mostly seen from ledgers. However, we'll see the ledgers as we go ahead. How if we continuously do on updating ledger day to day or hour to hour, very difficult to manage. Now this I'm saying of the era when there was no computer and there was no ERPs. Nowadays this limitation doesn't exist. But then if I had to keep on updating the ledger every hour, it will be very difficult for anybody to post into ledgers. So what it was that they found out a simple way by first putting up the entry or putting up the transaction in a very simple way in a first book known as a book of prime entry. Now, this book of there are probably around 7 books of prime entry. You will see. They said that we'll have a separate book for sales day book. Well, they'll be recording only credit sales. Then we said we have a purchase day book. Well, we'll be recording only credit purchase. Then we have a sales return book. Where we'll be recording return of goods that were sold on credit. Then we said that we'll be having a purchase return book. Where we'll be recording the goods purchased on credit, the return of the goods purchased on credit. Then we had a cash book where all the bank transactions are recorded. We had a petty cash book. That means which was there to record only small cash transactions, buying of a pen or stationery, courier charges, chai pani ka kharcha. This is from the petty cash book. And we had the journal where any of the transaction which doesn't follow in the above 6 categories will be recorded. So it can be recording the depreciation, putting the closing stock, or putting up the opening balances of the ledgers. Now all these things will come in a journal. For sake of easy, is in our course we are going to record everything only in one book known as a journal. So we'll not be having 7 books, we'll be having only one book. However, once you have journalized, the next step will be to post to ledgers. We will see this also as in the class how we'll do this. Once the entries are posted to ledger, the next step is to balance the ledger. That means debit and credit you will find out. If debit is more than credit, you call it debit balance. If credit is more than debit, you call it credit balance. Then we'll see how do we balance the ledgers in the class itself. Once the ledgers are balanced, the difference of debit credit, we call it balance of the ledgers, will be listed down in something known as a trial balance. So you'll put up what is the balance in cash account. I know right now I have 10,000 rupees. So you'll say cash account 10,000 and it'll come in a debit column. You'll also see this in the class. So trial balance is basically recording of all the balances of the ledger accounts. After the trial balance is prepared, then we'll prepare a profit and loss account and a balance sheet. That is the end result. And once this is made, we will be preparing a cash flow statement. Okay. These are very practical, pragmatic steps that we use in accounting. So let us start a small sum that is listed in your notes that I have given to you. It is sum number 2 on page number 3. So the sum reads like this. Prepare journal in the books of KK company for the following transactions. So you can say that I am recording the transactions in the books of KK and company. So every transaction would be seen from the angle of KK and company and not somebody else. The journal has this following format. You have a date column, then we have the particulars column, then we have a LF, that is a ledger folio column. Now, what is a ledger folio? Once upon a time, when I was posting this to ledger, I hope you remember right now we did that the step after journalizing is posting to ledger. I should know, okay, where have I given the effect of this thing? So ledger folio was basically what? It was basically the page number on which, sorry, I'll just, I have made an error over here. I'll just note this down over here. So what we are basically going to do is that the ledger folio is nothing but it is the page on which this journal entry has been passed on the ledger. So it's basically the page number कि भाई ledger अगर मैं निकाल के देखता हूँ तो उस खाता बुक में कौन से पन्ने पे इस entry का effect है. It is the ledger folio. Voucher number, the most important part. This is because we have the accounting depends on reliability. So whatever document is there, that has to be numbered and that number will come over here. So if I have given cash, I should prepare a cash voucher and that cash voucher number has to be written over here, so that once I'm checking back, or once I'm doing auditing, I should come to know कि भाई ये जो entry है, the rising document or the document giving rise to this is this voucher. And then we have two columns. One is known as the debit column, in which you will be putting up the rupees in debit, and then we'll also be having the credit column, where the rupees would be, then the rupees that have to be credit has to be put over here. Sorry, so it will be over here, debit and credit column. Okay. Now please remember, as in physics we have that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So do in accounting we have every action has equal and, so every debit has an equal and opposite credit, and vice versa. So let us take the first transaction. You can see that in the sum, it is for the year 2018. So I am putting over here date is 2018, and I am writing December 1. But the first transaction happened in December 1. Started business with a capital of rupees 50,000. So somebody, that is a business owner, has given money to the business. Okay, and remember that entity concept where the businessman is separated from the business. So we say that the businessman has given cash to the business. So over here, the account that are getting impacted over here is cash account and the capital account, because I have to pay back to the businessman. So cash account we know is a property, so it will be classified as a real account. Capital account is a personal account because it relates to a person giver of capital. Now, once you've classified, once we know that there are two accounts that impact cash and capital, you have to apply the rules. Now, what has happened? For business, cash is coming in or going out? It's coming in. So, what is the rule of the real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So, I'll say debit cash account. And capital account, the rule of personal account is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now, over here, capital account is the giver of benefit to the business. वहां से पैसा आ रहा है. So, I'll say credit. Once you've done this thing, this is the format of putting the entry. You will say that cash account is debited, okay, to capital account. So how do you read the entry? Cash account debit to capital account. In the reverse way, you can read like this: capital account is credited by cash account. So two ways of reading accounts: cash account debit to capital. Reverse is capital account is credited by cash account. How much amount? 50,000 rupees for each. With this, we write something over here, narration. The importance of narration will be discussed in the class. Over here, what is basically narration? Narration gives the reader of journal some knowledge कि भाई transaction काय का है. So यहाँ पे what we are writing, we are saying that being business started with capital, or you can also say that being capital bought in by the businessman. It will give you the same impression कि भाई the money has been bought in by the business owner in the business. The first transaction. On December 6, we said that paid into bank. That means cash is deposited in the bank. So over here, what all accounts are getting impacted? Cash deposited in bank. So I'll say cash account is getting impacted, and also bank account. Now we know cash is a real account. Bank is also a real account. What is the rule of real account? Debit what comes in, and what goes out. Now in this case, cash is deposited in bank. So cash आ रहा है जा रहा है, cash जा रहा है. So we'll say debit what comes in, and what goes out. So credit what goes out में cash आएगा. बैंक में पैसा आ रहा है, so debit what comes in. So I'll say debit what comes in. So how does the entry look like? Entry looks like bank account is debit to cash, or cash is credited by bank account. Amount given to us is 20,000, and the narration or the summary of the transaction is what? Being cash paid to bank, or being cash deposited in bank. There is no ledger folio over here. Okay, sorry, no voucher number over here. यहाँ पे कौन सा voucher है? There will be two vouchers. एक cash voucher बनेगा और एक बैंक का जो whatever the slip book would be there. So you'll have a slip and you also have a cash voucher. There will be two supporting over here. Now with this, we move ahead to our next transaction of December 8. It says purchase goods for cash rupees 4,000. We have purchased the goods. So purchase में क्या होगा? We all know that there will be two accounts impacted: purchase and cash. Purchase, as I discussed, some people say it's a real account, some people say it's a nominal account, and cash is definitely only a real account. So whether I had told you, whether you say it's a real or personal nominal account, the effect on accounting remains same. Purchase of goods, real account. Goods are coming in, so we say debit. Purchase account seen as normal account. Purchase an expense, so I say debit. So I'll say debit purchase. Cash is going out, so credit what goes out. With this, we put the entry as what? Purchase account debit to cash. And the narration is being goods purchased for cash. Amount remains what is given in the sum, rupees 4,000 each. After this, on December 9, there are two transactions that are recorded. Paid to Ram 1980, discount allowed to him 20 rupees. What does it mean? It means that we have paid to Ram rupees 1980 in cash. However, we are supposed to pay him 20 rupees for which he is allowed a discount was. So 2000 रुपया देना था, 20 रुपये का discount मिला. Okay. So यहाँ पे you have to find out, understand that what all accounts are getting impacted. एक तो we all know Ram account is getting impacted. दूसरा है हमने cash दिया है, वो impact हो रहा है. And also we have received discount, so discount is also getting impacted. Now Ram account will remain as a real account, cash account will remain as a real account, and discount is a OEM income. So I'll say it's a nominal account. What is the rule for sorry, Ram account over here will be nominal account. My mistake. Sorry. It will be a personal account. So Ram account is a personal account. Who is a person. Now what is the rule for personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. हम पैसा दे रहे हैं राम को, हम उसका 2 रुपया चुका रहे हैं. So I'll say what? Ram is the receiver. So I'll say debit the receiver of benefit. Cash is going out. So I'll say credit what goes out. And discount is a income in this case. हमको discount मिला है. So debit all expenses, credit all incomes and gains. So I'll say credit discount. So entry क्या बन रहा है यहाँ पे? Entry is Ram account debit to cash to discount. मतलब दोनों को है. Ram account is debited to cash account also, and Ram account is debited to discount account also. So instead of putting it in two entries के Ram to cash and Ram to discount received, हमने सबको दोनों combine कर दिया. एक entry मारा. कितने का अमाउंट चलता है अपना? Ram has received a benefit of 2,000 rupees, out of which I have paid him 1980 in cash, and remaining 20 rupees is in he has allowed me discount. So 2,000 of debit has been balanced out by 2,000 of credit. यहाँ पे the entry we are going to pass is sorry, the narration is being cash paid to Ram at a discount received of rupees 20. So this was the entry for date 9. Similarly, we have cash sales that is on December 10. For December 10, I'll put up like this. Sale किया है, so एक तो होगा sale और एक है cash. Sale, as I again told you, there are two views: real account also nominal account also. Cash is definitely only a real account. So I'll say that when sale is there, so what we have done, goods are coming in, goods going out, goods are going out. So we say debit what comes in, what goes out, so it's credit. And if I say it's a nominal account, so sales is the income, debit all expenses, credit all income. So वहाँ पे वो credit ही रहेगा. और cash क्या होगा? हमने माल बेचा है तो cash will come in. So I'll say debit what comes in for real account. So cash should be debited. With this, my entry becomes very simple. I'll say cash account is debited to sales account. How much amount? 3,000 rupees. What is the narration? It's being goods sold for them. Being क्यों लिखते हैं पता नहीं. Being लिखते हैं. It's a tradition. We also write it. There might have a reason. I don't know it. Being goods sold for cash. Then we have sold to Hari for cash. हमने हरी को माल बेचा cash में. Now there is no difference over here. खाली हरी का नाम दिया है, बट ये क्रेडिट सेल है क्या? नहीं लिखा. क्या है? फॉर कैश. सो फॉरगेट हरी. हरी को यहाँ पे इम्पैक्ट हो ही नहीं रहा है. यहाँ पे भी ये दो ही अकाउंट इम्पैक्ट हो रहे हैं, सेल और कैश. ये हरी को हमने रोकड़ में माल भेजा है, मतलब उसका कोई भी हमको रिकॉर्ड की जरूरत नहीं कि हमने किसको भेजा है. रोकड़ा आ गया, खत्म हो गया बात. अकाउंट इज सेटल्ड. सो ओवर हियर द एंट्री रिमेन्स सेम. कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल्स 2,000 rupees being sold for cash. This is done. Then we have purchase goods from Ram. यहाँ पे दिस एंट्री, इसके पहले एंट्री में क्या लिखा था? सोल्ड टू हरी फॉर कैश. कैश आ गया मतलब हम हरी को भूल गए. यहाँ पे लिखा है खाली परचेज गुड्स फ्रॉम राम. दिस मेक्स अस टू अज्यूम दैट हमने कैश नहीं भरा, ये क्रेडिट परचेज है. सो द क्रेडिट परचेज, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन इज दैट व्हाट आर द अकाउंट इंपैक्टेड? सिंपल है, एक तो परचेज अकाउंट इंपैक्ट होगा, ओके, और दूसरा राम अकाउंट होगा. राम इज व्हिच अकाउंट? राम इज अ पर्सनल अकाउंट. and purchase, as you all know, it's either real or nominal. We always say debit the purchase, and यहाँ पे debit the receiver, credit the giver is what the rule means. राम ने अपने credit अपने उधार पे माल दिया, he's giving the credit to us, so he's a giver of credit. So I'll say credit Ram. So entry बैठता है purchase account debit to Ram, or Ram account is credited by purchase account rupees 4,000. And the narration is very simple, being goods purchased from Ram. Then we come to entry of the date 18th December. We said paid to workers. We have paid to workers. Okay. यहाँ पे we have paid to workers. So we are saying that हमने paid, pay कर दिया, cash में pay किया, बैंक में pay किया. So either we say कि wages is what is being impacted, और हमने pay किया cash या bank. Nothing is given over here. यहाँ पे मैंने bank लिखा है in the entry. Sorry, cash लिखा है, but you can also write it cash or bank. Wages कौन सा account है भाई? Wages एक खर्चा है. So it's a nominal account. It's an expense. Cash and bank is which account? Real account. What is the rule for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So wages is an expense, so I'm debiting it. And what is the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. जब हम पैसा दे रहे हैं तो credit what पैसा जा रहा है तो इसे credit what goes out. So we say credit. So the entry remains very simple. It is the expense account, debit to cash. Wage account, debit to cash. Rupees 300 given to us in the sum. We'll write like this, being wages paid. I hope this is clear. Okay. With this, we move to transaction dated 20 December. वहाँ पे लिखा है received from Pankaj 1,000 rupees and allowed discount to him rupees 50. अब यहाँ पे इसका रिवर्स हो रहा है. हमने यहाँ पे राम को पैसा दिया था और डिस्काउंट हमको मिला था. We had paid to Ram and we had received discount. Okay. And यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? पंकज ने हमको पैसा दिया और हमने उसको डिस्काउंट दिया है. So इसका रिवर्स हो रहा है. Simple. So in this case, we say that who is getting impacted यहाँ पे first अपने को पैसा मिल रहा है, so we'll say cash is getting impacted. हमने discount allow किया है, so we can say discount allowed account or discount only you can write it, but I am writing over here. वहाँ पे भी ऊपर I can have written over here what that discount received लिखा है, यहाँ पे हमने discount allowed लिखा. और who is paying us? Pankaj is paying us, so Pankaj account is getting impacted. Cash account is his account. Cash account is a real account. Discount allowed क्या है? It's an expense. So I'll say it's a nominal account. पंकज कौन है भाई? Person है तो personal account. What is the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash अंदर आ रहा है, बाहर जा रहा है. Cash अंदर आ रहा है. So we'll say debit. What is the rule for nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gain. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Discount दिया, खर्चा है. So debit all expenses. Personal account का formula क्या है भाई? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So Pankaj is a giver of benefit. So we'll say credit Pankaj. So पंकज को 1,050 रुपया देना था. कैसे दिया उसने चुकाया आपने को? He is saying that I am paying you a cash. So I'll say cash account debit rupees 1,000. Discount allowed account debit 50. To Pankaj account credit 1,505. 1,050 sorry. So वहाँ पे दो एंट्री को हमने क्लब किया था. यहाँ पे भी हमने वही किया. We have passed two entries. Cash account debit 1,000 to Pankaj account 1,000. दूसरा एंट्री क्या होता? Discount allowed account debit to Pankaj account 50-50. Okay. Instead of that, we pass only one entry, which is perfectly okay. यहाँ पे you can see that debit is equal to credit. So what is the narration over here? Being cash received from Pankaj and allowed him a discount of 50. Now this is what we have put it in our journal for date 28th December. Now we'll come to transaction of 22nd December. Withdrawn from bank. पैसा निकाला. This is exactly opposite of December 6 transaction जहाँ पे मैं बैंक में पैसा deposit किया था. Similarly over here, when you are withdrawing the money, so what all accounts are getting impacted? Cash निकाला और bank is getting impacted. Both are which accounts? Both are properties. Both are real accounts. What is the rule for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. तो cash अंदर आ रहा है तो we'll say debit. बैंक कम हो रहा है, बैंक से पैसा जा रहा है, so we'll say bank is credit what goes out, so we'll say bank is credited. So entry क्या बन रहा है इसका? Cash account debit to bank, being cash withdrawn, amount is 3,000 for debit and 3,000 for credit. You can see this is the exact opposite of what we had done on December 6. वहां पे था बैंक टू कैश, यहाँ पे क्या बन रहा है कैश टू बैंक, बिकॉज दोनों ट्रांजेक्शन टोटली डायगोनली अपोजिट। नाउ वी कम टू December 2025 sorry, where we say that paid RAM by check 500 रुपया, हमने राम को चेक दिया। okay? So getting what are the accounts getting impacted? पहले तो ट्रांजैक्शन है बॉस, एक तो राम इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है और बैंक अकाउंट इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है अपना। भाई राम इज अ पर्सनल अकाउंट, बैंक इज अ रियल अकाउंट। व्हाट इज द रूल फॉर पर्सनल अकाउंट? डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर। सो राम को हम पैसा दे रहे हैं, इज द रिसीवर, सो विल से डेबिट राम। रियल अकाउंट का फॉर्मूला क्या है? डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट। तो बैंक क्या हो रहा है? इज गोइंग आउट, पैसा जा रहा है वहां से, सो विल से क्रेडिट बैंक। एंट्री क्या बैठ रहा है? एंट्री इज वेरी सिंपल ओवर हियर, राम अकाउंट डेबिट to bank account 500 each and we say being paid by check। यहाँ पे क्या लिखेंगे हम? What is the voucher number? कैसा आएगा यहाँ पे? It will be basically voucher would be the UTR number। अगर हम RTGS करते हैं तो आज के जमाने में IMPS नंबर जो भी है, या तो फिर यहाँ पे चेक नंबर आएगा जो which we used to do once upon a time, अभी भी होता है no doubt। And understand, we are going to teach you the importance of check in the current environment also in the class itself, and it's a very important part। If I forget and you please ask me, sir, check क्या importance in the current era of digitalization। Okay, so this was entry for December 25। We come to entry for December 31। It says withdrawal for personal use। हमने पैसा personal use of the business owner के लिए निकाला। So what is the account getting impacted? Actually यहाँ पे capital account impact हो रहा है, तो capital कम होगा, हम पैसा हटाएंगे। Whenever we do like this, instead of saying capital, we will say is drawings। We call it drawings account। Okay? But basically कौन सा अकाउंट है ये? कैपिटल अकाउंट, जहाँ पे पैसा कैपिटल से कम होने वाला है। कैपिटल अकाउंट इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है और हम कैश निकाल रहे हैं, तो कैश अकाउंट इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है। कैपिटल अकाउंट कौन सा अकाउंट है? टोटली पर्सनल अकाउंट। क्यों? बिकॉज इट इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग अ पर्सन नोन एज अ बिजनेसमैन। कैश अकाउंट इज अ रियल अकाउंट। अच्छा, जब वो पर्सनल अकाउंट है, डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर, अभी कैपिटल कम होगा या ज्यादा होगा? कम ऑन। व्हेन आई से दैट कैपिटल capital was the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver। Okay, so drawings will be reducing your capital। Okay, so when I'm saying drawings बढ़ा है यहाँ पे, मतलब I'll say debit the receiver, drawing account is the receiver benefit। This again I'm telling you, drawings the impact would be is going to reduce your capital, but drawings account, if I write like this, drawing accounts per se is the receiver benefit। वहाँ पे drawing आपने add किया है, okay, you have reduced your capital by drawing। So यहाँ पे again drawing is the receiver of benefit, so I'll say debit the receiver and cash is going out of business, so debit what comes in, credit what goes out, so I put a credit over here। Entry क्या बन रहा है यहाँ पे? Please remember that it is drawings account debit to cash is what the entry is। capital मैंने इसलिए लिखा है यहाँ पे, you should understand that drawings का impact क्या होगा? It is going to reduce the capital। So this was the sum। We have done all the transactions। At the end of this, you will be doing you will just sum up the whole page of this journal। मतलब suppose ये page है number, तो यहाँ पे you will write like this, JF लिखते हैं जर्नल फोलियो, जैसे LF लिखा था वैसे यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे जर्नल फोलियो 1। इसका मतलब ये याद रखना, जब हम लेक्चर बनाएंगे तो वहां पे भी जर्नल JF का एक कॉलम आएगा, वो बताएगा कि भाई कौन से जर्नल के कौन से पेज से यहाँ पे हमने लेक्चर में इम्पैक्ट दिया है। सो यहाँ पे वी कॉल इट JF1, और यहाँ का ये कोई भी एंट्री जिस भी जर्नल में जाएगा हम क्या लिखेंगे? JF के नीचे 1। So that is the page number of the journal in which this transaction have been recorded, और ये पेज का टोटल कर दिया। So you should understand that debit has to be equal to credit, which is over here। With this, the sum gets over। Okay, so I hope you might have understood this sum। We'll do more in the class than we are going to conduct।